Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. Today it's our third and final look at making Valentine cards. This week we've had a run of three of them, three different designs, and this is the final one. All using lots of Anna Griffin goodies. Today's card is very stylish, very luxurious, and I think you're going to like a couple of the techniques that I'm going to use. They're kind of a trick and it's a really cool way of using some die cuts. The first thing I've got is a 7x5" card base. This is just an off-white ivory card base. And as always, to give it a good professional look, I'm going to use my bone folder down along the edge just to make sure the crease is nice and straight. So as always, we're going to start with the inside. Everything I do use I'll put down below and give you the item title so that you can go off and search yourself to find it. So the first thing I've done is I've cut out an ivory die cut using the Fretwork 2 die. And this is quite a large die. I've die cut it but I haven't embossed it. We're going to use the same die on the front which I have embossed. So there is a big difference. But for the inside I don't tend to emboss my dies because I want it nice and flat for posting. So that's our die cut. And then I've also cut out a square of paper. Now I'm going to give you the quick measurement of this, and it's 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres. Sorry, I was just checking it on the squares on my grid. So it's 8 by 8 centimetres. And then I've also got one of the Artfully said vellum stickers. So I'm going to take the sticker from the carrier sheets and I'm going to just place it on our sheet of ivory, our little square. I'm going to press it down like that, and then this is the cool trick. This is really cool. I'm going to slot our insert, as it were, under the swirls of the die cut and then slot it under the swirls at the edge as well. There, and it just sits nicely under them all. So, sorry, I'm trying not to cough. So I'm going to cough, and please excuse me. Sorry, I try not to do that while we're filming, but I've just got a real tickle. So that's our die cut, and that's slotting our sentiment into it, and that looks so pretty. Now I'm going to turn it on the inside, upside down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally add some dry tape along it like that, like so. My tape has just run out, so instead we'll go to method number 2, and I'm just going to add a few dots of wet glue. I was going to use the wet glue just on the die cut areas, but we can improvise and use it on the actual square as well. That's not an issue. And then we lift it back up and we're going to pop it through the centre of our card like so, and press it down. There we go. And that is the inside done. Now, as previous on Wednesday, there isn't a lot of room for, you know, your message, but it's a Valentine card, so you're not sending your memoirs or anything with it. You're either going to just sign your name or put a question mark. Personally, I'm going to put a question mark on mine because I don't want my husband to know who sent it. As if he wouldn't know. Come on, I'll be sending him an Anna Griffin card. He's going to look at it straight away and know it's from me. So anyway, that's beside the point. So that's the inside of the card done. Now we're going to do the outside. I'm just going to use my bone folder again, as always, to make sure that score is still nice and sharp. Now for the outside of the card, what I'm going to do is I've started off, I've cut out one layer of Ivory cardstock. And when I say cardstock, it's about 160 to 200 GSM. Now I know some people get a little bit hung up about the weights of cardstock and paper and everything. I don't. I tell you what it is if I can remember to tell you. Only because some people ask. For me, it's either paper or it's card. You know, I like both. It doesn't matter. If I need to use card for a project, then I'll use it. If I need to use paper, then I use it. If I've got pretty card and no pretty paper, then I'll use that. I don't try and think, well, I must use this weight or that. It's not, you know, it's not what it's all about. If you like the colour of something, if you like the look of something, use it. So, obviously don't use a thick weight of cardstock to make your flowers, because that wouldn't work. But when you're just matting and layering and things like that, you know, it's what you're happy with. So next what I've done is, after layering the piece of Ivory cardstock that we've just put on, I've got the second die cut that we've made. Now the one for the inside, I didn't emboss it, but this one I have done, so you can pick up the detail. So all I've done for that is, after die cutting it, I've taken it back through my machine with the embossing mat, and that picks up all the finer detail. Now for this, I'm going to use my wet glue just in a couple of places to hold it in position. If you've got a Xyron machine, this would work well through the Xyron because of the fine detail. And I know we looked at the Xyron in the 31 days of tricks and techniques. It might only have been a little Xyron, but it's the same principle for using the little Xyron or the big Xyron. So just turn that over and pop that onto our card front like that. And then, now normally at home you'd probably wait for it to dry a little bit, but we're going to have to carry on, so that'll start drying. Next what I've done is I've taken two die cut hearts, and these are from a set of stacking heart dies. If you're lucky enough to have the Anna Griffin heart die set, it would work equally as well with those. After die cutting them, I've taken them through the machine to emboss them from the Garden Cuttings range of embossing folders. Again, it would work with any of your embossing folders. I've used the Honeysuckle vines, you can see that. I've not inked them, I've not tinted them, I've left them in Ivory card. And I've got flat double-sided tape on the back of them. So all I'm going to do is peel the back of this away. You can see where I've wrote on what embossing folder I used there. My cheat lines. And I'm simply going to position one to the top of our die cut, and then do the same with the second one, but the second one is going to go upside down and there, so it's like, I want to say back to back, but it isn't, it's end to end really. So next what I've done is I've taken one of the, you remember the flip cards from Anna, and there was an extra sentiment kit, the sticker kit. I've taken one of the stickers and I've actually put it on 3D foam ready for us to use. Instead of using it as a sticker, I've got the 3D foam on it, and I'm simply going to put that through the centre of our two hearts that are point to point, like that. And then I've got 4 ribbons that I've already put on 3D foam. Now I've got to say I've already taken the backs of these off, only because with there being 4 of them, I didn't think you'd want to sit and see me just peeling backs away. And then all I'm doing is I'm placing the 4 ribbons into the corners. And we'll just do the last 2. And these are going to face outwards, like that, rather than upwards. I think it's more polite to have them that way than that way. I don't know, that's just personal preference really. So it's up to you, that's what crafting's all about. You might prefer them all to, you know, to go the other way. So we'll just pop those on there. And that is our card finished. That's our outside. And that's our inside. So you can see that they match perfectly. All the ivory and the cream and the little gold ribbons. And the inside as well, with the die cut and the message. You could add any message to it. It doesn't have to be that I love you or, you know, live, laugh and love. It could be absolutely anything. So that's our 3rd and final Valentine card for this week. And it gives another look to something really pretty. And we've had the ivory one from today, Wednesdays with the heart, and last Monday's that was quite, I think, quite contemporary with the window. So that's 3 very different looks, 3 very different cards, but all for the same occasion. Oops. But that, I think, is just so pretty. Well, they all are. So I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and it's given you some ideas of how to use the products in different ways. And just, you know, feel free to comment. Please click that like button. I have projects every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so please keep tuning in, and just thanks for watching. I'm just so glad that you're enjoying them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.